Evening, everybody, and welcome to a special broadcast. We have a Week 3 reschedule tonight. We do have the Purple Cobras going against Schism Esports tonight. My name is Evolve. I will be the play-by-play caster tonight. I am joined by my co-caster, Animosity. How are you doing tonight, Animosity?
Yo, that's me, or something. This actually looks like a pretty interesting game. Last time I casted a Schism game, it was insane. Their rotations were on point. Their team fighting was on point, and they literally, at the end, they just clowned them. Went for super greedy trades in the late game, and it all went into their favor. So I expect that type of gameplay from them, especially against this team, Purple Cobras, which seems to be like a very strong team all around.
Yeah, we did see Purple Cobras in action a few days back, and they looked really dominant. Synchro Gazer pretty much had his way with the top laner in that game, and you know, they kind of just started trolling on the other team. I believe they were playing against Elion. We saw some spicy plays out of Full Crit Thrash and Teemo mid, amongst other things. So we will see both teams here. Now, we do have kind of I guess it's the old roster of Schism back. We do see Dylan and Gaudier making an appearance tonight. So I'm excited to see what they can do tonight.
Yeah, after seeing Dylan's Orianna, that's pretty nasty. So I think I'd put that as a priority pick, especially since they do have a blue side pick here.
Yeah.
But then again, his Akali was pretty nasty too. So
yeah, we are getting here into champ selects. So like you mentioned, Schism is going to be on the blue side tonight. The lineup for Schism, we have Maverick in the top lane, Gaudier in the jungle, Dylan is in the mid lane today, Carmony at the KD role, or the
ADC role,
the carry role, and Backpack in support. On the side of Purple Cobras, they'll be on the red side. We have Synchro Gazer in the top lane, Friction in the jungle, Frisian in the mid lane, Black Rose is subbing in for AD carry, and Desolate Earth is the support. So we do see bans coming through. The Renekton and Jax banned away from Synchro Gazer and Friction. We saw how dominant Synchro Gazer is on that Renekton, so no real surprises there. And you mentioned earlier, the Orianna is taken away from Dylan, and Maverick Shen's taken off.
Yeah, Maverick on that Shen last game popped off incredibly, saving his jungler so many times, especially on like risky tower dives, and when they would go all in because they had a set, he would just instantly ult into Dylan and save him. So champions like big on rotations would be good for Maverick, as we see the Evelyn getting picked up first pick here.
All right, the Evelyn coming through for Gaudier. Gaudier is a very strong Evelyn player, and he usually draws a lot of bans here. It's kind of interesting to see no jungle bans for Gaudier this game, and he is a very talented Evelyn player. So we'll see if he's able to take over this game. He's on a very comfortable champion. The Ornn coming through from Synchro Gazer. Ornn is just a very strong top laner right now.
Well, actually, I'm very interested. What do you think of actually first picking this Evelyn?
He is strong enough that I am he's confident in his Evelyn. Well, you'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, but it's normally permaban from him.
Okay, so Evelyn is going to obviously get into the backline. So, in my opinion, what Purple Cobra should go is for something that can peel for the ADC and for the mid laner, assuming that the mid laner is going to go a carry mid laner or mage. While they also have a Scion, so basically they're just going to run at them. And that's a Cassiopeia pick, so that's a lot of DPS coming from the mid lane. While on the side of Purple Cobras, they have Ornn and they have Xin Zhao, which is basically the same. They have strong team fights, and they have Xin Zhao that can get into the backline really easily.
Yeah, so the nice thing about the pick here from Cassiopeia is like the Xin Zhao's going to try to hop in and get on them. He's not going to be able to. We do see the Lux coming through. That could be a flex pick. We could see it in the bot lane or in the mid lane here, so we'll see.
Okay, so Lux is a very interesting pick and actually a pretty good one, especially when they have an Evelyn and a Cassiopeia. Because what this does is basically it's a pick. Like it's perfect for doing picks, and especially for a mid laner as slow as Cassiopeia with low mobility, it can actually like change the tide of a game of how the game's going just by landing a simple Q on her. While Sion just really needs to run at them. They really don't have anything to stop Sion other than the Ornn pillar, I guess. But that has to be like perfectly timed to actually stop him.
Yeah, to hit that Ornn pillar to stop the Sion would be pretty hard to do here. So we do see the final bans coming through. It looks like we have the Jhin and Sivir taken away from Black Rose. As well as the Nami Alistar banned away from Backpack here. Black Rose is hovering the Caitlyn.
Nice. Caitlyn is honestly a pretty good pick here, especially against the Sion and against the Cassiopeia, because Cassiopeia doesn't have that long of range. Caitlyn in team fights and in mid to late, she can just poke them out while they're trying to get into the back line. While Evelyn is a pretty good pick for Schism in the point that Caitlyn doesn't really have many escapes other than the net. So it's going to be harder for her to actually survive Evelyn coming into the back line, EQing her, and then ulting. So it's going to be an interesting team fight for both of them, especially now with the Xayah pick and the Soraka. That's incredible amounts of sustain.
Yeah, I like the Xayah because she has self-peel. She doesn't really have to worry about too much. And you have the Soraka that's just going to be able to heal her up. The Blitzcrank is going to be an aggressive support here. So it's going to be really important for the bot lane of Schism to dodge these hooks and position correctly in this laning phase, or there might be they can easily snowball that bot lane.
Okay, so I like the Xayah pick, but it's weird not to see it paired with a Rakan, especially it not being banned and they having the double pick. Also, Soraka, even though she is really good at peeling for ADC and for mid lane, she doesn't have that much escape, so laning is going to be really difficult for Schism this game against the Caitlyn Blitzcrank. The Lux against Cassiopeia is going to be a hard lane also for Dylan if he misplays. He actually opted to go for Cleanse, which is actually pretty good for the Lux queue. Same as Lux going Cleanse, but mostly for that Cassiopeia ult. Jungle-wise, it's going to be whoever gets to the carries first, and top lane is going to be a sustain battle and who can actually engage first.
Yeah, so Sion kind of has his streamline engage. You're going to hear it coming, but Sion was pretty strong a few patches back. I guess it was about half a season back now. They recently buffed him back up. He's seeing a little bit more play now. So we'll see how he does here. Ornn is just kind of the powerhouse in the top lane tanks, in my opinion. His trading in lane is just so strong. As well as the Call of the Forge God to really get things started here. I like the jungles. It's kind of funny. It's like we took a few steps back, and as far as patches go, you see Xin Zhao, Evelyn. They both kind of fallen out of the meta due to recent changes. So they're going to be back today. It's going to be fun to watch for sure.
Mm-hmm. And what I'm really interested to see, honestly, is this bot lane matchup because it can go really good for either side. For Xayah, it's mostly, okay, I survived the lane. I got to mid game. Now let me try and keep farming up, try to put out my damage in team fights and see how this goes. While Caitlyn and Blitzcrank really are just going to avoid them farming gonna avoid them stepping up and get a lot of bot pressure. So just for like seeing that alone, I think that bot lane is going to go to Black Rose and Desolate. But if Carmony and Backpack can actually step up, it can be a pretty good mid game for this side of Schism.
So I think the pressure on Purple Cobras is in this early game. They really need to start getting the ball rolling before Evelyn hits 6, because once Gaudier hits 6 on Evelyn, he can really take over games. As far as Schism goes, they're
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Game 1, featuring Schism Esports on the blue side, taking on Purple Cobras on the red side. So as we load into the Rift here, we do see the teams heading out onto the field, and it looks like Purple Cobras is heading out into a traditional 5-point, lining the scrimmage, and it looks like Schism is anticipating a invade they choose to stack in this bot side here.
Yeah, it's actually gonna be very interesting because normally when you have a blitzcrank on your team, you would want to be the one invading, try to put the jungler behind. And Schism, knowing this, is actually going to sit in this bush to avoid any type of funny business coming from Purple Cobras. So that's actually pretty smart by them. Now they're just gonna walk back and actually walk into their respective lanes.
So we see the Caitlyn going with a very interesting strategy of not buying items. She's going to be at the point where she's not going to be able to back and purchase before minions come to lane. So this is going to be an interesting issue in this bot lane. That might be a big mistake for the Caitlyn.
Yeah, she actually didn't back at all. She's just going for it. Zero items, Caitlyn. Now that's what I like to hear. So basically, this is the new meta right here. She's like, you know what? I have fleet footwork. I have enough attack speed. All I need to do is save up for VF sword, and then just like poke them harder. Like she has a 500 gold lead right now because of it. So
yeah, but what really hurts her in this lane though is, with Schism's sustain, if she's not able to sustain with that Doran's blade and she doesn't have any pots, she's either going to have to back super early or get bullied out of this lane. It's gonna be definitely something to keep an eye out.
And we're pausing.
Right. Looks like we had a DC in the top lane, so looks like everything's fine. We're getting back into the game, but take a look at the jungle pathing here. We did see the Xin Zhao opting to go red buff directly to that crab. We do see a hook coming from Desolate Earth, but unfortunately, they don't really have minions to back them up, so they're going to take a huge chunk in that trade.
Not only that, but remember, because of Caitlyn's lack of items, it's also taking away a lot of damage.
Yeah, she's going to have to back here. We do see the pings coming out. Xin Zhao is looking for something early here. Friction going on to Carmony, taking him low. Nice root from the side of Backpack. Here comes the flash and the heal coming out. Backpack is just getting out. He gets first blood. Good job by Backpack. Friction going in for the flash. Picks up the return kill. Carmony has the minion wave though. Desolate Earth is going to go really low. We'll see if they continue to fight this.
She doesn't have the E. Or no, she doesn't have the W, actually. She didn't. She went for E second. Which, assured her team the kill. Oh, no.
She got hit by the hook there. That was bad for her.
Ooh, Friction taking that kill, too. That's pretty bad. Desolate Earth with an amazing hook into her between the minions. Unfortunately, Carmony did max her E second, or did go for her E second, which assured her the stun and actually saved her for the early parts. But lacking that attack speed on the W actually really cost her in that trade, in that fight.
Yeah, so exciting action down the bot lane. It ends up being a 2-for-1 in the favor of Purple Cobras. So we kind of mentioned that early in the game. Like, this is exactly what Purple Cobras needs to do: get out to an early lead and try to get this game snowballed. So Kate does have her items now, so she will be able to sustain in the lane. That's a good call on the side of Purple Cobras to I don't know if they did that on purpose, but to gank this lane and try to give Kate some time to get her items.
Okay, so Caitlyn, now she has 2 items, which one of them is boots. So
okay, so it does look like the having some technical difficulties here. So we do see a lot of poke coming into this bot lane here. Junglers are kind of resetting at this point, finishing their last couple camps. We do see the smite items taken out. Frisian does hit that Q on to Dylan, going very low. Friction once more here, flashes under the turret, isn't able to pick anything out, does pick up the kill, but immediately gets blown up by Gaudier, and that is a lot of gold over to Gaudier. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Synchro Gazer going aggressive onto Maverick here. Some trading, a little bit of tank fights going on here. Maverick going really low, but again, it's kind of a wet noodle fight there.
And well done. Like, so as I was saying before, the technical difficulties, now that Caitlyn has her item, she is still really behind because of the farm difference, and also Xayah or Carmony having the double longsword and the Doran's Blade. She's gonna be out damaging this Caitlyn by a lot. So gonna be very interesting in lane for Black Rose to actually come back.
Synchro Gazer getting kind of low here. Here comes the call of the Forge God. It looks like he's just doing it to get a little bit of pressure. I'm not sure why he was doing that. Xin Zhao's really nowhere to be seen. I don't know if he just wanted to kind of spook Mav out of this top lane, but he has secured himself around a 15 CS lead at 6 minutes in the game.
So, now really what both junglers should be looking for is for bot pressure, because that is an Infernal Drake, and anything that can lead to an Infernal will be amazing for both teams, especially since both of them really need to reach that mid-game power spike.
So we do see the Evelynn has hit 6 now. She has that invisibility. She's looking around to try to find something in this bot lane. A nicely placed pink ward on the side of Purple Cobras is going to spot Evelynn out, though, so there's not much to do for her at the moment.
So now they're actually going to go for the dragon, and that's going to be pretty free for them. They have the bot. Both Dylan and Frisian is really coming down. That's gonna be Luxel, but not really getting anything other than a little bit of damage on the Soraka, and that's gonna be the dragon gone.
Oh, here comes the
nice
hook
kill.
in from Desolate Earth. Good job. Friction goes aggressive on D1. The Petrifying Gaze does stun him up for a little bit. Godtier is looking. Here comes the Scion ultimate. Hits Friction. Friction gets exploded by Godtier. The fight continues. They're looking for more. Backpack getting up in there with the silence. Trying to hit someone. Hook goes in. Ends up getting Backpack. Backpack really low. Is going to be able to... No, Cinco Gazer picks up that kill. The fight is continuing here. Dylan is back to full health.
Ooh.
Some good action in this early game. Ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Unless they have a way to re-engage. Cinco Gazer is chasing, going pretty deep. Here comes the Flash knock-up onto Mav. Good hook from Desolate Earth. Flash is split all around, and that's another kill from the side of Purple Cobras, who want more. Godtier looking to get a pick potentially on this Caitlyn. They do decide to retreat. Carmony is here. Cinco Gazer is going deep into this territory. They still want this fight. Here comes the call of the Forge God. I think that was just a little bit of disengage there, but wow, a very extended fight. Ends up picking two. Ends at gold lead right around the same. Infernal Drake going over to Schism. However, we do have 2 kills lead over to Purple Cobra. So a lot happened right there.
Yeah, actually, everything was fine. Everything was going Schism's way until that amazing pull by the Blitzcrank to catch Backpack on the Soraka, taking away basically every the sustain from Schism. Then they decided, okay, they don't have sustain. Their damage is really low, and they're really squishy. Let us keep going, and actually caught out the Scion right there, since he was the slowest one to rotate. And that's a 2-for-1 trade, which was actually pretty good from the side of Purple Cobras there.
Yeah, I agree. So that was pretty good there. The one thing I want to draw attention to is the lead that the Xayah is starting to get in this bot lane. The only issue with... Oh, here comes Backpack is getting hooked by Desolate Earth. Desolate Earth is really trying to take this game into his hands. Nice hook again.
Yeah, so that was what I was trying to bring up in Champ Select. Like, they're both Xayah and Soraka are really immobile. So both of them are really vulnerable to hooks. And once Blitzcrank hooks them, they're not getting away. Xayah might ult. That might get her far enough to actually do a bit of damage before going down or actually getting a kill.
Oh, but we do see the junglers meeting into the jungle here. Godtier going really low, but he's pumping out a lot of damage as the ult gets out there. Dylan putting the damage on the Frisian. Is he going to be able to pick him up? Here comes the barrier. He is going to be able to pick up the kill. Nice play from the side of Dylan and Godtier. Friction going really low. Maverick, nice roam, takes him down, and they have their eyes set on this Ornn here. He does miss the chance. Action in the bot lane here. Carmony using the ult here. Desolate Earth going low. Black Rose going low. One more pull, and that is going to be another kill for Schism, and a great play by Schism's bot lane. Action all over the map once again. So with that, that ends up being 3 kills over to Schism.
So, first of all, that play bot lane was really good for Schism. Because Caitlyn is really far behind. She decided to go for boots first instead of going for a long sword in the early game, which she now decides to upgrade, going for first item boots. Going for Berserker Greaves is really, really, really risky for her.
Alright, we have some more action in this top lane call. The Forge God comes up, does pick up Godtier. Godtier has no ult. He pathed right into the turret, and that's an easy pickup for Friction.
So, also, as I was saying, going for Berserker Greaves is really risky, especially since they aren't really ahead in the bot lane. She is behind 30 CS, 31 CS, exactly. And, like, that's just really risky from her. I would have preferred to go for Berserker Greaves, try to get a little bit of sustain, especially in this losing lane. And then just wait until mid-game and try to, like, outpoke and do more damage towards Schism.
Yeah. we're getting to kind of a danger point for the side of Purple Cobras here. The Zaya's really going to start coming alive. You already see the amount of damage that Dylan is pumping out. Oh, here comes Scott here. Has his eyes set on Desolate Earth. Does get the charm here. He's going to pass this over to Dylan. No, he ends up taking the ult and getting out.
Yeah.
So we see the comfort, just the comfort that Gaudier has on this champion. He's making a lot of good plays in this early game.
Yeah, he looks like he knows what to do.
He is getting hit up by Frisian, though. Not enough to take him out, though.
Yeah, definitely Gaudier knows what to do with this champion. So it's definitely showing right now. I believe, yes, Friction did grab the Rift Herald. So they have a lot of pressure just because of him. But I believe first tower is going to go down right here for Purple Cobras. It's gonna be Zaya grabbing the solo gold, and she is really ahead.
Yeah, they're really pushing that lead in the bot lane, and this is gonna be. We'll see if they can affect this to other parts of the map. That lead already allowed them to get the first Drake. Here comes Gaudier. He's looking for more. Gets a lot of damage on a Black Rose. Down goes Black Rose. Zaya is going absolutely bonkers here. 2 more kills, and they have their eyes set on this Ocean Drake.
Yeah, this is... What? Oh, okay.
And that is a Ocean Drake going over to Schism. So another good pick off there by the side of Schism. Dylan, I think they let the the Zen just kind of back there. They are going to take most of his jungle, though.
Yeah, they're going to grab that blue buff, and they're just going to back off. They have constant bot lane pressure. They have pressure top lane, and they have pressure mid lane, Schism. So I think what they really need to do now is just keep putting pressure into the lanes. Set your bot lane top lane because they already got the bot tower, and ward it up and put pressure into top lane because of the Baron that's coming up in 6 minutes. They can get a second tower really quickly, and they can also pressure really early for Baron and get a lot of vision control on that top side.
Yeah, so we do see the lanes starting to switch there. They're going to take that bot lane lead that they have gained and try to kind of affect the other side of the map there. You know, we have seen in these other games with Purple Cobra, Cinco Gazer's ability to just take over these games and hard carry through that top lane. And I think Mav has done a good job of not really winning the lane, but just kind of keeping Cinco Gazer at bay. And now it's on the bot lane to kind of push this in here. We do see a lot of champions coming up here. Cinco Gazer going aggressive on a Carmony. We do see the teleport coming through, called the Forge God from Cinco Gazer. Knocks good ultimate by Carmony to save here. Friction onto Carmony, backpack keeping him alive. Maverick is tanking 3 here. Friction going low. Here comes Ornn knocking him up here to keep the fight going. Carmony is unaffected though. He's going to pick up the shutdown gold onto the Ornn. Carmony is having a very good game here, and Desolate Earth looks for the hook. Here comes the ultimate from Maverick to start this fight back up here, and Carmony is just taking over this game. That's 2 more kills for Carmony, and Schism is in just complete control of this game right now.
Yeah, they take the top tower. They still have 4 minutes on the Baron, so what Schism should do now, they should be looking for to rotate mid, to send their bot lane mid, I mean, after actually pressuring for the second tower. Probably gonna get it, actually. They do a lot of damage to it. So they're gonna get 2-tier tower tops. Now they should send their bot lane mid lane, because Dragon, I believe, is going to be up by the time Baron is. So you want your bot lane to be able to roam to whichever objective they want to get first, or to whichever objective they can actually contest first. So they're probably going to do that. They're probably going to put a vision on both sides of the map and try to go for objectives and picks.
So we do see that Friction was forced to pop that Rift Herald in the bot lane. So not the best use of it. We do see they are down almost about 6k gold, almost 7 now. So if you're on the side of Purple Cobras, what are you trying to do here? Carmi is going really low. They weren't able to finish him off, though. So that's a lot of cooldowns used for Carmine that really didn't do anything. He's back to full health. They're still sticking around. They want to fight. Cinco Gazer going aggressive. Bit of an overreach here. Friction going in to try to help him. Gaudier, he does get taken down by Friction. That's a big shutdown goal for Friction here. Backpack going really low. Here comes the barrier, but they're not looking at Carmine. He is still full health, and he's going to do a lot of damage. Triple kill for Carmine. He wants more. Is this the Penta?
Quadra?
Here he goes. Here he goes. A couple more auto attacks. Gets the Quadra kill. One more. Oh, and Frisian is like, I'm not giving it up without a fight. But, oh my gosh, Carmine is just taking control of this game.
Definitely. Right there. What Carmine did. First of all, amazing positioning by him. Also, nice peel from the Soraka to actually heal him back up. While during the fight, they wasted a lot of summoners, as you said, into Carmine, and couldn't really get him. What they need to do is they need to pick off Soraka first.
Yeah,
needs to, yeah. Go.
They're kind of in a catch-22 here, because, like, okay, they tried to get the Xayah. She's doing the most damage. They weren't able to kill her. They tried to get the Soraka. They weren't able to get her. So, like, I think there's a little bit of confusion from the side of Purple Cobras on who they need to target in these fights. Do they need to target the damage that the Xayah who's pumping out all this damage, or the Soraka? And what ended up happening was nothing. Neither went down, and Carmine was just able to just dominate that fight.
The thing with Purple Cobras right now is they're not playing. They're trying to do a lot of stuff, but they're not really executing.
Oh no, the Death Bush set up, but there was a lot of members of Purple Cobra, so Schism decides to back out there.
So, what Purple Cobra should be doing to get back into the game is they should be setting up for picks. They need to set up for Blitzcrank to either try and pull anyone in the back line, or for Friction on the other Shins out to get to Carmine, to get in the face of Carmine, to get in the face of Backpack, to either spook them and die without them having being able to put any damage forward, or to actually, in the best case scenario, get a pick on.
So we do see two very big neutral objectives coming out. We see the Infernal Drake and the Baron. Maverick is getting pulled into the team here, but he's really tanky. We do see Friction going on to the carries of Schism. Carmine takes him down. Cinco Gazer misses the call of the Forge God. A nice ultimate. That's another double kill. Carmine is still just pumping out all the damage. That's two more kills on the side of Schism. And Gaudier once more. He's going through here, is able to get knocked out by Frisian before he's popped that ultimate. So without the jungler, looks like Schism are just going to push down this mid lane and try to get some pressure. Backpack really low, and the Comet picks him up. Nice job by Frisian to pick up that extra kill.
Classic overstay.
Yeah, a little bit of an overstay, but they are still going to be able to take out this Infernal Drake, and that's another big objective going over to the side of Schism. But we do see some fight left in Purple Cobras there, able to pick off not only Gaudier, but Backpack as well. So that's better than nothing at this point in the game.
Yeah, and as I tried to say, Friction actually did well in going into Carmine, but he didn't account for Dylan to do so much damage as well as Carmine. So he couldn't really get much from that. Also, Blitzcrank and Symphogazer, Ornn, went for Scion. One for a pick on the Scion, one for everything on Scion. And
there's no vision on this Baron, and Schism is just going for it here. It's already about half health. We do see that Purple Cobras know that they're doing it, but they don't have their AD carry. Xayah goes down, that's the damage down, but Dylan is still in the arm. Friction going in onto Dylan, going low. Gaudier is able to go get him very low. Maverick's still alive, and they're in full retreat here. Here comes the call of the Forge God to return, but Gaudier is going to take down Friction. He is still alive. Nice knockup from Maverick, taking Cinco Gazer, no. Dylan, another kill. And they're going to continue this fight. Gaudier looking for Desolate Earth. Is he going to be able to catch up to him? Frisian is still full health. Nice knockup from Maverick here. Frisian going down. That's another kill, and that's shutdown gold going over to Gaudier. So it looked like a good fight to start for Purple Cobras ends in disaster. Another 3 members go down. They do get the shutdown gold off of Carmony, though.
Unfortunately, even though they did get the pick on Carmony, they focused different people at the end, and that was the death of that fight. And now Schism actually gets mid tower. They send Carmony down bot lane, so that's going to be bot lane pushed out. Honestly, this game's on their terms right now. They dictate how the pace is going. They are going to dictate how the pace goes until the end. Unless Purple Cobras can make a hero play at this point. Desolate and Friction need to make a hero play. Try to go for important pick either on Carmony or on Dylan.
Yeah, but who do you pick? I mean, they got the pick on a Carmony that time, and between Dylan and Backpack and Gaudier, they were still able to clean up that fight. So, it was a good job, definitely, of getting Carmony out of the fight. That was definitely a step in the right direction. But down 10 gold, is it going to be enough to just pick off Carmony at this point?
So it's not only to pick off Carmony once, it's to continuously do so. It's to basically make this game a living hell for her until the game is done, until they can actually say, okay, we're back into this game. Let's focus our resources. Let's keep doing what we're doing, and let's try to go for more picks onto other champions, onto other carries. They need to try to put damage onto the Soraka first. Probably getting a pull. And just trying to chunk her down as fast as you can before she can actually heal anyone. Or before she can actually run away.
Nice by Desolate Earth. They're going on to Backpack. Huge ult though from Backpack. Gaudier going down, or Gaudier taking the kill. He's on a killing spree.
Oh, Dylan.
Harmony on the side and knocked up by Cinco Gazer. The ult's gonna save the life. Double kill for Gaudier. Dylan is pumping out DPS as well. Another kill going over to Maverick. And that is going to be an ace for Schism. And they have their eyes set on this Nexus. I think with 30 seconds, they're probably going to be able to. And Gaudier, yeah, they're just letting them know.
Yeah,
and we see the surrender vote. The surrender vote coming through from Purple Cobras.
Mm-hmm.
And that is game 1 for Schism Esports, and they just displayed complete dominance on a power of a team that has been Purple Cobras. That being said, what do you think Purple Cobras are looking to bounce back from that defeat?
Okay, first of all, Black Rose is going to focus items in the first part of the game.
Yeah, that might be a big advantage if she actually shops this next game.
Yeah. After that, they really need to seeing how Purple Cobras played. They need to put pressure onto. They need to put a lot of pressure onto the bot lane. Try to get them snowballing, try to get them ahead, because all other lanes went even except for bot lane. Bot lane was a real lane that lost really hard. So in reality, what they need to do is just camp bot lane, try to get them ahead, and then just hope your other laners go even.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Cinco Gazer on a carry in this game. He's been such a strong force for Purple Cobras the last few games and the last few weeks, and although he started the game pretty strong on the Ornn, Maverick was able to kind of nullify his traditional strength and his split push. So I really want to see Cinco Gazer. He probably won't get his patented Renekton, but I almost would like to see him on maybe a Jax or a Darius, a champion that he can really take over like he has been.
I believe now we're gonna take a tiny bit of a recess to wait for both of these teams to actually get set up, so we'll see you then.
Yep, we will. All right, everybody, we are back, and we will be getting into Champion Select for Game 2 very shortly here. So we saw a very exciting Game 1 here. It was a very dominant performance from Schism Esports, and we kind of talked a little bit about it, but we are going to see if Purple Cobras are going to be able to bounce back and push this game from a Game 3. But, you know, obviously we had a lot of strong showings in that game. Carmony took over that early game and didn't slow down. He just pumped out so much damage. And even when they were able to pick him up, the rest of the team kind of picked up the slack in those team fights. So my question is, what do you think Purple Cobras are going to prioritize taking away from Schism after that game?
I think they want to take out the Evelyn, because she created so much pressure, regardless on what Carmony did with Zaya. I think they're gonna take out Shen again, and I think they're gonna take out the Oriana.
Yeah, they're kind of in a tough spot because Gaudier's champions, the champions that he does play, he just dominates on. So, okay, let's say you prioritize banning out Gaudier. You take away his Evelyn, you take away his Nidalee. Okay, so that leaves up Maverick Shen or Dylan's Oriana, and all those champions, Schism is very confident to kind of first insta-lock in, as we saw there. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to ban away. We are getting into Champion Select now. Cinco Gazer is banning for the side of Purple Cobras. They are on the blue side this game. So we'll take a look and see what they do end up banning.
Yeah. Definitely as there goes the Zaya. So they were like they were saying, okay, Evelyn wasn't really bad. We should just take out the real problem in that game, which was the Zaya. Now what they're gonna do is probably gonna ban the Oriana again, I hope.
Yeah, I would surprise to see the like I said, I think we're still gonna see the Shen banned away, and then that third ban is really where it's gonna be interesting here. Are they gonna opt to take away one of Gaudier's champions? So there is the Oriana.
That's gonna be then. Third ban is probably gonna be, or it's gonna be one of Gaudier's champs. That's a Renekton ban again. And yeah, there it is. There's the Evelyn. So they left the Shadow.
Yeah, there is the Evelyn. So unless they decide to first pick the Shen here, I'd be very surprised if you don't see Shen locked in first for the side of Schism here. We do see Jax taken away from Friction. Cinco Gazer drawing that Renekton ban once again. And then there is an Ahri ban from the side to kind of hit Frisian there here. So let's see what Purple Cobras decide to prioritize with this first pick.
So Purple Cobras is probably going to go for a top lane pick since they think they're going up against the Shen. Yeah, there's the Sion. Sion is actually really good against Shen because of the amount of knockups and disrupts he has.
They might be trying to bait the pick out here. They might be wanting him to pick the Shen here, and Maverick's gonna go right in. He said, "This is my champion. I don't care what you play into it. I've got it."
Wait, Rammus is a pick. I wouldn't expect it to be picked so early. Oh, okay. Because the reasoning being, they haven't picked their team. They have like 4 other members that can just go like ability-based champions and basically screw Rammus over.
And there's the Nidalee from Gaudier. We did see Gaudier pick up the Nidalee in the last game that he played, and he did show how strong he can be on that champion as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what Purple Cobras decide to do to kind of back that up. We already see a little bit of micro synergy from the side of Schism. You have Nidalee who wants to throw the spear and get in. Shen's going to be able to keep her alive long enough for her to do her damage and get out. And the Kayn coming through from Friction.
Which is definitely how, after the games I've seen, that's definitely how they play. For a jungler that is a flank, is a person that will get into the backline, and then they go the Shen to, in case anything gets sticky, they can help her out, help him out. So That's actually a pretty interesting pick. Normally, seeing Kane would be better in that situation, but Nidalee is still a super strong jungler.
And you do see a Braum pick coming through. I think that's a pretty strong pick into the Jhin. It's going to be able to block a lot of those projectiles that Jhin needs to, use his kit properly. Here comes the Morgana pick, taking that away from Desolate Earth. We have seen a lot of these skill shot based champions from Desolate Earth. We saw the Blitzcrank in game 1. He showed how good he can be. It really didn't allow them to get ahead as much as they wanted to, but I would be surprised to see Desolate Earth on a Thresh Blitz once again. I think the Braum does a good job of kind of spooking them off those picks.
Oh, and that's a Kaisa, man. Okay, so so here, basically, what Purple Cobras want to do is they're grabbing like a lot of pick potential champions here. Again, instead of going the Ornn, they opted for the Scion, which is more reliable CC. Instead of going for what was it, jungler for Xin Zhao, they went for the Kayn. Probably gonna go red form because you prefer a pseudo tank than assassin, especially against the team they are facing. They picked the Jhin to, like, if any bit of damage goes out, he can just stun them with his, or root them with his W.
And we see kind of like one of the last few hyper carries coming through from Carmony. They've already banned away the Xayah and the Kaisa, so Jinx just makes sense here. Brand getting picked, that's probably going to go to the support role. Like I said, Desolate Earth loves those skill shots. Brand's going to be a little bit squishier, so we'll see how that goes. That's definitely a lot of damage, though, into that bot lane. Jhin Brand.
Yeah, definitely. One of the most annoying lanes, in my opinion, to face is a Brand, because he just has incredible amount of... He has a ton of CC and a ton of damage in the mid game, especially with his teamfight potential with his ult. So that's going to be real rough for Schism right there to deal with.
Yes, we do see the Talon to round out the comp for Dylan in this mid lane here. So it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on. Again, is this jungle matchup. So you have Nidalee. She's typically a champion that farms extraordinarily well and likes to kind of get advantages through out farming the other jungler. Kayn can definitely keep up. The problem is if Kayn doesn't accelerate into his form, he's going to really, really have a tough time if Schism is able to get into this mid lane before he hits his form here. So I think a lot of pressure in this early to mid game is going to be on the shoulders of Friction to get into his form and kind of affect the game in an impactful manner.
Of course. And also, not only that, but now that both teams are picked, who do you think has the best team comp, and what do you think their win conditions are?
All right, so if we look at the side of Purple Cobras, I think you mentioned it early in the game. They want to get this bot lane snowballing and going. So it's going to be, I think, Desolate Earth and Black Rose really are going to have to take over this game. Again, I would have liked to see Cinco Gazer on one of his carry champions because we've seen how he's been able to take over games. I think Maverick does a really good job in a tank versus tank matchup. So I think that's kind of a stalemate at that point. The side of Schism, what they're looking to do is they're trying to get some assassinations, flanks from Nidalee, flanks from Talon. And what's going to happen is they're going to jump in. Shin's going to be able to keep them alive long enough to get their assassination off and get out. And then you have the Braum, whose sole purpose is to kind of just protect this Jinx here. Whereas the Purple Cobras, they're looking to team fight. They're not looking as much for picks. You're going to have the pseudo tank and Kayn that's going to sustain up through these team fights. Scion is traditionally just a big force of a front line, and you're going to want the DPS being pumped out from the Brand, the Jhin, and the Syndra here. So it's kind of like assassin versus team fight comp, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And also, you got to think of it like Friction on the cane. He's gonna be looking to invade this this Nidalee, because Nidalee's like early clear is really weak. She gets super low, depending on how well she can kite the first buff. So, Friction should be like in this Nidalee jungle for the first like 4 or 5 minutes of the game, trying to get her as behind as possible, so she can really gank and snowball like she wants to.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to take a look. A lot of the pressure is going to be on Syndra to keep Talon from getting the lane push and provide that support for the Nidalee. But we are ending here. We are going to take a look at the bets. It seems like 56% of you guys have picked Purple Cobras to win this series, with 44% choosing Schism. So we will see if Purple Cobras are able to take this game and push to game 3 and pull the reverse sweep, or if Schism can pick the upset here. With that, we are going to take a very short break and hear from our sponsors.
It's Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa, and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here for Game 2 of Schism Esports versus Purple Cobras. The sides have flipped. Purple Cobras are on the blue side this game, and Schism Esports are taking the red side. So we are walking into the Rift, and it looks like both teams are going to opt for a traditional line of scrimmage start, 5 pointing here, trying to get a little bit of vision.
So I'm more of an ADC main, so I wouldn't know, but wouldn't you prefer, if you're going Talon, instead of going the stopwatch, actually going for minion dematerializer to actually get the lane pushing, like constantly pushing? Or is that just a backhand thought from me?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends. I'm not a mid laner myself. I'm more of a top laner, so I'm not sure who gets the advantage on the push between Syndra and Talon. I know Talon traditionally has pretty good wave clear with his Rake of Blades. So I think Dylan kind of was under the impression that he'd be able to get the push. So the stopwatch is just going to be able to save him one time to kind of help him get his assassinations off and get into this mid game without taking too much abuse.
Yeah, definitely. As we see, both junglers actually starting bot side, so they should meet up in like mid or in mid or either top side. So that's where the pressure is gonna be in like 3 minutes max.
Yeah,
they're gonna fight for the scuttle, and they're after either Kane taking his buffs or Kane is going to manage to get both of his buffs before Nidalee can get into the top side, grab the scuttle, and probably go for an invaded to Krugs and a gank top lane.
Yeah, so we kind of mentioned it a little bit in the break. I think a lot of action is going to be, a lot of focus should be on this 2v2 matchup with Gaudier and Dylan versus Friction and Frisian in the mid lane. I think a lot of the outcome of the game might be decided throughout that 2v2 matchup here. So it looks like Gaudier is opting for kind of a full clear. He cleared his entire bot side before moving up into the top side of his jungle, where it looks like Friction went for the same path, where he took his buff, went directly to the Scuttle Crab, and then finished his buffs on that opposite side of the map here.
And let's actually say, actually, I'm very interested to know why Gaudier went for the Dark Harvest. I haven't seen Dark Harvest Nidalee, really.
Well, the reason Dark Harvest is really coming back into the meta on really any jungler is just because Electrocute got hit so hard. So I've seen a lot of junglers tend to opt towards either that or the Predator lately in that dominance tree.
So now, okay, so as I said, Kane got to the scuttle. He actually decided not to invade Gaudier, even though of the difference in clear speed. He didn't really get any vision onto his jungle either, so he has no clue where Gaudier is.
Yeah, and there's really no vision for the side of Purple Cobras in this bot side. So you do see Gaudier hovering around the crab. He might look to make something happen, but we do see Kane is pathing up here, so they might collide here. We do see the push. Mid lane's kind of even here.
Oh wait, that's a lot of damage.
Yes, those spears are already doing a ton of damage, and it's only 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage. Like, I did not expect that so early on.
I think Nidalee as a jungler has kind of been going under the radar as far as, you know, in popularity here, but she's able to pump out a lot of damage.
As Maverick is getting like really pushed in by my Schizo gear here.
Yeah.
Cinco gear, I mean.
Cinco Gazer has a very forceful play style. He usually just brute forces his way into submitting the other team's top laner. And like I said, what Maverick was able to do last game was just kind of here we do see some action in the bot lane. Gaudier throws a spear, does not hit here. Desolate Earth is hit by the Winter's Bite. A couple more autos will stun him up, but the concussive blows, he's able to walk away there.
Yeah, just the flash wasted from the side of Purple Cobras there on Desolate. So what Gaudier should be looking for is to clear his bots that are gonna probably go for a repeat gank, especially since they're so pushed up. They only have vision on River Brush, but Friction is there to like come back.
Cinco Gazer going a little too aggro. He's taking 3 or 4 turret shots here. Maverick is going to provide a lot of damage, but the knock-up does come through and kind of evens it out there. But as I mentioned, what I was mentioning here is Maverick did a pretty good job of just absorbing Cinco Gazer's pressure without falling too far behind. So if he's able to do that in this game, I think it's going to definitely benefit Schism.
And as I was saying, Syndra is putting so much pressure mid lane. She has the range advantage. So she's just going to keep putting pressure.
Friction in the top lane looking for it. Maverick is playing a little bit. He's safe there, just kind of walks away there.
As Yeah, just look at Frisian, or yeah, Frisian puts so much damage, so much
Yeah.
poke in
He's
the
already
middle.
up. He's already up over 20 CS at this point in the game, so
Almost 30.
it's really big from Purple Cobras. This is definitely what they needed here, is to get that mid lane priority and that mid lane advantage.
As they're just gonna like, all he's gonna keep doing is keep putting pressure in mid. He's going to burst down the Talon before he can really get close to her. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how D1 is actually gonna get out of that.
We do see both top laners have hit 6. Ooh. They both have the capabilities of impacting the map here. Schism opting for that early Drake once again. They have the push in the bot lane and the push in the mid lane. So this is going to be another free Drake over to Schism, much like they did in game 1.
And Ocean Drake at that. So they're just... That's actually pretty good for team comps they need in the early game.
Yeah, that allows all the lanes to kind of sustain up here. It's going to take a little bit of the pressure off of Dylan. He will be able to heal up just a little bit with that Ocean Drake.
And yeah, Cinco Gear is putting so much pressure top lane too. Once if it continues how it's going and Gaudier doesn't gank top, they can like go for a really early Rift Herald like they did last game as well.
Yeah, we do see Gaudier looking deep into the jungle. Both junglers are kind of gravitating toward this mid lane. We are going to see some action here. Instead, Directed Camera wants us to watch the wet noodle fight in the top lane. So we're going to assume not much happened in the mid lane there.
Yeah, and look right there where Friction is.
Oh, this is a very good roam from back there, able to burn the flash of that Syndra. So this is definitely what Schism needs here, is some pressure taking off of Dylan in this mid lane, allowing him to stay relevant up against Frisian.
Yeah, but look at the difference. Like, because of Gaudier showing in mid lane, Friction can just walk into jungle, grab the red buff, and then leave, and also get a kill in the
Friction go through. He does have the ult. Is going to take first blood down from Dylan. So Friction, first blood. Good job on the side of Purple Cobras.
Indeed, a very nice pick coming from Friction. Very nice gank. And he also got the red buff from Gaudier. He is ahead farm-wise because Kane's clear is insane because of the AoE damage on his Q and his sustain and his E. What they're going to be looking to do is put more pressure top lane, go for that Rift Herald, and then try to put pressure bot lane.
We do see the Winter's Bite coming through from Backpack, just getting a little bit of poke. We do see the bot lane starting to get a bit of a lead for Schism. So yeah, they are falling a little behind in the bot lane, but last game, Carmony showed that he is able to take over these games.
Harmony last game popping off, going like 14-1 or 14-2 and like 5, if I'm not mistaken. And holy, that's a lot of damage coming from Senju.
Yeah, he might be able to take him off here. There's that stopwatch, gonna save Dylan for the time being. The Shin once more. Dylan's going aggressive. Shin comes through, stopwatch, and what a play by Frisian, the outplay there. He pops the stopwatch of his own and puts the ignite down on Dylan and picks up the kill.
That is such a feels bad for Dylan right there. Actually, dodging everything from the Syndra with the stopwatch and dodging all her damage, and then going in, trying to go for a really greedy play, and it ended up not working out. Unlucky for him.
Good job from Frisian there. He showed how strong he can be on that Syndra.
And nice map awareness by Maverick again. Ulting Dylan as soon as he saw that he was in trouble. And
yeah, we do see Synchro Gazer did have to burn his teleport there, so the teleport advantage is going to go to Maverick, so he might be able to make a play there. They do spot Gaudier out in the jungle, so they have pings on him. They know exactly where he is. And I just want to draw attention to the vision control that Purple Cobras has in this bot lane, this bot side of the map. Very good job from them.
Indeed. A little bit of a one notify happening in the top lane, but both of them are getting really low.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and there is the ultimate to. He is taking him really low. Mav, you got to be careful. He has to be careful though, because Mav with those grass procs and the shield that he gets. Oh my gosh, he's really low. Here's the flash. Cinco Gazer going under the turret. One more auto will take Mav. But again, if Mav pulls that sword and gets the taunt off, he's gonna take this kill. And there it is. Oh my gosh, he survived. Oh wow, Cinco Gazer does pick up the kill. And a great play by Cinco Gazer. He did pop that shield perfectly and picks up the kill.
Unfortunately,
he does pick up the kill. Oh my gosh. So a kill traded over. Down goes Mav, killed a Cinco Gazer, but Carmony snipes him with the rocket.
And believe it or not, that's worth for Schism right there. Because they traded top laner, but they gave a kill to the ADC, to the hyper carry Jinx.
Yeah, and Shen has the teleport, so he's going to be able to push this wave into that turret and kind of regain that lost CS that he had from being killed there.
Yeah, Gaudier popped the vision plan, so they know where he is. So, what Friction might do here is he's gonna go for his blue, trying to go for another invade into the red, and then probably take, and then probably go either for a gank or for the Rift Herald, because regardless, since Rick has top pressure, he knows that that Nidalee isn't there.
You do see the damage starting to come through for Carmony here. So, you know, at this point in the game, I think there's a lot of pressure on Carmony. He's going to have to scale up and become a monster, and he's going to have to try to take over this game. Cinco Gazer and Friction have their eyes on Maverick. Is he going to be able to get out? There goes his taunt to get away. The knockup coming through from Shen. Ooh. He's taken really low. He is going to go down to Cinco Gazer. But in response, they're going to turn their sights to this Mountain Drake.
Yeah, but in response to that, they're probably going to go for this Rift Herald, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
They're looking at the Rift Herald here. So it's going to be a pretty decent trade for the side of Purple Cobras. They really need to start getting this. I think they need to blow open this top lane here and try to affect the bot lane. We do see a lot of damage coming through from Desolate Earth.
Yeah, a little bit of poke coming from them. Gaudier is in the bot lane, so they might be working for a dive here. No, he's gonna back off. And they are going to lose their Rift Herald too.
Yeah, so they do grab the Rift Herald here. So, you know, we really haven't seen much impact from Gaudier. He did such a great job in that game one of making sure his team gets ahead, but in this early game, he's kind of been non-existent. And allowing Kane to take her over the early game is something that Purple Cobras are really going to like.
Yeah, and also, I mean, that's exactly what I said. Oh.
Friction going in, but the Shen is coming through. Stand United comes through. We have the roam from the mid laners here. Everyone's flashing. Everyone flashed out here. Maverick is kind of in a tough spot here. Going to go really low, and he is going to go down once again. Desolate Earth picks up that kill. Schism is in kind of an odd spot here. They are going to have the fast track onto him. Carmony, he is able to kind of flash out of that there, but there's just too much damage on the side of Purple Cobra so far. Down goes Cinco Gazer. Nice knockup, and Carmony goes down to Frisian. Frisian 2-0 and 3, starting to take control of this game, and the Rift Herald's going to come out for this first turret bot.
Yeah, not looking good for Schism after that one. Oh, that's a. So now what they're gonna do? They're gonna get 2 towers off of that. They got 4 for 1, I believe. Was it? No, they didn't even lose anyone. They got either They got 3 for 1, or 3 for 0, my bad.
The taunt does come through from Maverick. Dylan on the side, trying to look for something. Winter's Bite does not connect. Cinco Gazer with a nice knock-up to prolong this fight. Dylan going a little bit too forward and just gets blown up. Frisian is on a killing spree. And now with one member down from Schism, they're turning and looking for more. Down goes Backpack. Cinco Gazer has 3 kills as well. And that is a 9-1 lead for Purple Cobras. They're up 4K right now at 60 minutes in this game.
Believe it or not, this game is still not lost for Schism. They have a good scaling team with Jinx. They have a lot of peel for her. And they also have Dylan that can get it to the back, can pop both Jin and Syndra really quickly. And Brand, if Friction actually decides to go into the back line of Schism. But personally, what do you think Schism needs to do right now to get back into this game?
So I think Schism need to slow it down. They need to send their split pushers into the side lanes, kind of let Dylan get some farm on the outside, let Shin get his split push going, and just keep this this Jinx alive. So I think I would like Schism to kind of go into like almost like a 1-3, like a hybrid 1-3-1 with the 80 carry and Braum in the mid lane, have the Talon and the Shen in the side lanes, and have Nidalee kind of bouncing back and forth to keep some pressure going. That being said, I don't know if they're going to be able to handle the split push of Sion at this point.
And yeah, they're sending their bot lane top lane.
Back to Pack does see Desolate Earth, hits the Winter's Bite. Dylan is there. It's going to hit the concussive blow, and that's a pick, and that is going to go over to Carmony. That's shutdown gold for Carmony. So if anyone needed the gold right there or wanted the gold for Schism, I think Carmony is the person that they wanted on for sure.
Yeah, no, and definitely well done. They are going to lose mid tower though, but they are going to trade it for top, do you believe?
Maverick is starting to take a lot of damage from this Sion now. We do see the tower traded over to Schism, but they are going to take this tier 2 bot. So 3 towers to 1 in favor of Purple Cobras at this point. But we are starting to see some gold funneled into the Jinx.
And Jinx, the more kills she gets, the better she is. She is 2-1. She has her Storm Razor finish. She's going for a Runan. Sorry for that. Going for a Runads, and she's gonna be like really strong once she finishes that item. Other than that, all she really needs to build is tank shred. So probably going for a Lord Dom's an IE for the true damage, and she's gonna be set then.
All right, we do see a Death Bush coming up. She is in a bad spot, and that's a lot of damage coming through from Frisian. They turn their attention onto Backpack. The Glacial Fissure does delay the fight a little bit. Here comes Stand United. Friction is behind him, but he, in that red form, is going to be able to sustain. That's a double, or 2 more kills picked up. I'm sorry, 3 more kills picked up for the side of Purple Cobras, and they have complete control of this game right now.
Of course, right there, Carmony getting picked was so bad for them.
And the curtain call is coming through from Jen. They are looking for more. It's not going to really connect on him, but it does push them off this turret, and that's another turret taken, or will be taken here very soon for the side of Purple Cobras.
Yeah, what they did with the curtain call was to actually zone them off of the and try to go for another pick, as they get the dragon to an Infernal Drake.
It is an Infernal Drake, so that's big for them.
Yeah, that is really good for them. And all they really need to do now is farm up, keep abusing their lead, but put pressure top lane. They don't have a tier 1 tower, but Baron is up, so they should be looking for a lot of vision on the red side of Schism.
So we are seeing the vision pushed up into this Baron pit. That is the next objective on the map. With a 6K gold lead, I would be surprised not to see Purple Cobras try to gravitate toward this here. There are some big members of Purple Cobras. 3-0 and 7 from Frisian. He is very strong. Kane at 3-0 and 4, and the Scion at 3-1 and 5. That's just a lot of very strong members of that. So Schism really needs to try to slow this game down and let Carmony get to this point in the game where he can just take over team fights. Problem being is there's a lot of people that just want to blow up Carmony with the Brand and the Syndra and the Kane that's going to be able to get into that back line. It's going to be tough for him to position.
But the side of Schism has a D-line that just needs to really, like, he needs to get into the back line. Like, that's his only job right now. He is really behind, but he can still one-shot squishies. So if he can really get a pick on either Syndra, Jhin, or Brand, that could be so good for Schism, and that could be the start of their comeback.
And again, where is Gaudier? Gaudier's just kind of been, again, non-existent. He's such an important piece to this Schism team, and he hasn't had much of an impact at all in this game. So I think we need to see him start doing something very soon as well.
It would be pretty crucial to see him actually get picked too and do a poke damage towards them.
And Purple Cobras are just able to bully their way through the top lane and take another turret. That's the last of the outer turrets for them. And Dylan is running into Cinco Gazer. He's already up 2 levels, and he is just so big. He's just bullying Dylan here. The Braum comes through, misses the Winter's Bite, but that's forcing Dylan out of that jungle, and they have complete control of this top side.
And well played by Dylan to get out of there with his life. Didn't have to waste anything other than E, I believe. But this might be a fight breaking down. Oh.
Yeah, we do see Talon coming back. Cinco Gazer doesn't have his ultimate available, so that's kind of a big cooldown. We do see Maverick running up into that fight. But still, he's so tanky. Cinco Gazer's taking so much damage here. Maverick going aggressive, flashes in just to kind of get pinballed around. Not much going, so kind of a weird dynamic of this fight. Here comes Kane, members of Schism going low. Curtain call coming through. Kane getting thought up. Down goes Maverick. Friction wants more. Here comes Carmony. He gets some shutdown gold onto the Kane. That was Gaudier. Dylan's in the back line looking for an assassination, but he's not going to be able to get it on the Scion, and he has to run away there. So 1 for 1 for this in that team fight. Shutdown gold going over to Gaudier. So at the end of the day, that's a 1 fight from Schism, but they still have a long way to go before they can say they're back in this game.
Definitely. As now I actually don't know what Schism needs to do to come back. What do you think they need to do?
Again, we need to see Gaudier and Dylan just have some sort of impact on this game, because at this point they really don't have an impact. So if they can take out a member or 2 of Purple Cobras and allow the Jinx to sit back and continue to pump out damage per second, I think that's where they're really looking for here. But they're doing a decent job of stalling this game out. We've kind of been stagnant at a 6K gold lead for the past few minutes. So if they can continue to stall it out and kind of chip back into this game, I think that's what they need to do.
As we see they're really hovering on the top side of the map. Baron is up, so both teams are really adamant on trying to get a pick here to go for that Baron play.
It's a lot of damage coming through from Desolate Earth. Cinco Gazer is in his front line. He is just really bullying through here. There's not much that Schism can do to him at this point until this Jinx gets some armor shred or tank shred. You just see him, he's just face tanking all these abilities and not doing anything to him here.
Yeah, well, she's actually going for she's going for rapid fire cannon right now.
Yeah, going for like a triple crit build, and I don't know if that's the right call right now. I think they really need to find a way to burst down this Kayn and Scion in these fights.
Mm-hmm.
We do see Drake is spawning here in the next couple of moments. It is an Ocean Drake, so really any objective that Schism can get would be a win here. The only thing is with this Baron up, they might just have to be give this over to the side of Purple Cobras.
Mm-hmm. And what are they gonna do really? They're gonna go for a roam, trying to go for Dylan. He knows that they're coming, so they're just gonna go for Dragon.
Yeah, they're going for this Dragon. Not much Schism can really do to answer it. They're just going to take this opportunity to try to get some vision of the Baron pit here. So clear out some pink wards. You know, Cinco Gazer's up there by himself, but I don't think he really doesn't need to worry about much. By the time Schism end up killing him, the rest of the team would be there. He's looking to go aggressive here. Righteous Glory, here comes the knock-up from the side of Cinco Gazer. Down goes Backpack. Again, pinballed around by the side of Purple Cobras. Oh, and Dylan, that's a lot of damage. Down goes Dylan. Frisian is on a rampage, 4-0 and 8. Frisian taking complete control here. Just kind of bouncing back strong, showing them that, you know, Purple Cobras aren't going to roll over and lose this series.
Yeah, and it's also looking like this may go to a game 2 if things keep going like this.
Right, we do see Cinco Gazer kind of bullying out here. Carmony a little hesitant to get in there. Maverick with the knock-up. Frisian pumping out a lot of damage. He is going low there. Is Gaudier's going to go for the steal on the Baron. The blue team does pick it up. He isn't able to pick it up, and down goes Frisian. Frisian takes another member down. Black Rose is on a killing spree. Frisian is dominating. And
yeah, that should be the beginning of the there.
Yeah, at this point, I don't see, you know, it's going to be very, very tough for Schism to hang in this game much longer. So Purple Cobras are just going to look to push their advantage. Dylan almost takes Desolate Earth out, but he is able to flash out with his life, and they are going to be able to take down this tier 2 top turret.
Maybe tier 3 actually, because of the Baron empowered minions.
Yeah, Baron empowered minions, Death Timers. You do see the other teams coming up, but I think they're just so far ahead. There's not much they can do. They try to do something with Friction being by himself, but nothing. Nice flash from Frisian, not to get hit by the taunt from Shen. Oh man, Friction is slaying Dylan. He is very strong, dominating Frisian, and this is gonna be it. I think 3 more members of Schism go down. 13k gold lead for the side of Purple Cobras. Baron empowered minions. Flash onto Carmony. They do get the root from Black Rose. They have their eyes set on the Nexus here, taking the Nexus turrets. They're down for another 20 seconds. Will Maverick be able to keep this game alive a little bit longer to have a chance? Carmony is kind of hesitant to do anything, and they're just going to concede this Nexus. And that is going to be game 2, going over to Purple Cobras. So a great series, a great way to bounce back from Purple Cobras, looking dominant than Schism in that game 1. So with that, we are going to go to a game 3.
Indeed. Right there, every lane just went even from the side of Purple Cobras, except for mid lane. Mid lane was constantly pressured. It had so much going for it, and that's why they actually swooped in with the win. Dylan cannot run. He got really behind, so he couldn't one-shot anyone. So that just caused them. That just caused Purple Cobras to pick him off every single time, and then just a snowball after that.
Yeah, so an exciting series will continue. We are going to take a very short break, and we will be back for Champ Select in Game 3 of Purple Cobras versus Schism Esports. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are getting into game 3 of this exciting series of Purple Cobras versus Schism Esports. And this is exactly what you would expect from two of these teams of these caliber here. Purple Cobras, they fell behind that first game. They kind of got beat up, but they bounced back strong and really displayed how dominant of a team they can be. Now it's Schism's turn to see if they can rebound from a crushing defeat. And we'll see how this series ends. It's been a good one. What do you think we'll see in this game 3?
Well, I personally think it's gonna be a bunch of team fights, a bunch of exciting stuff, a bunch of vision control, and that is definitely what I want to see for this game 3. I feel like it's gonna be an action-packed series.
All right, so let's get right into it. We are in Champ Select. We are switching sides back, so that means Schism is going to be on the blue side for this game. Purple Cobras are back on the red side. We see the Renekton band once again from Cinco Gazer. Dylan's Orianna taken off the table from Purple Cobras. So we saw what happened last game. What do you think? This third slot for Schism, do you think they take away the Syndra? Do they keep the Ahri ban? What do you think they're going to look for here?
I don't think they should really care much about the Syndra. It was a good pick against Talon, but nothing more, I believe. They should just keep drafting Comfort as they've been doing. And I think they could easily take this game away.
Yeah, so we do see the same bans coming out from both teams. It's going to be interesting. So it looks like Maverick is going to take the Sion once again. Sion it seems to be the prioritized top laner once again. Back in the day, he was just such a strong force to deal with, and both top laners have shown how impactful they can be on that champion. We'll see how Purple Cobras decides to respond here with their first 2 picks.
As that's gonna be the Ornn again, and that is going to be a Jhin. Is it gonna be a Jhin again for Black Rose? It's gonna be a Kayn pick once more, going with what they know works with the Kayn, while taking a bit of a gamble again with the Ornn.
Yeah, so I mean, Friction, he showed how good he can be on that champion. He did exactly what we said he needed to do. He was able to get his form change quickly and really impact every lane of the game. And again, we kind of mentioned that mid jungle duo is going to be really important, and it was obvious that Friction and Frisian did have the advantage in last game. We do see the Soraka Tristana coming through. Backpack going back to his Soraka, showed how good he was. We do see Carmony on another hyper carry of Tristana.
So Tristana, I really like the pick, mostly because for a lot of this season, no one played Tristana. No one gave her love because she didn't have anything to really help her. But now, a lot of pros are actually using her. Not only in solo queue, but in professional play, as seen in the Asian games, I believe, by if I'm not mistaken. Very interesting pick, since it's still not that meta in NA, as Jhin has been like an all-around amazing ADC ever since the change to Stormrazor, that it basically doesn't override his force shot. So I'm very interested to see how this bot lane is gonna go.
Yeah, I do like the Tristana pick here with into the Kayn. Kayn wants to get up in Tristana's phase, and if she uses that Buster Shot correctly, she's gonna keep Kayn off of her. A little bit of self peel here. I also like the Soraka here. You have, in particular for that Kayn, he wants to go in. Soraka's gonna lay that silence down, and it's really gonna fizz a lot of what Kayn wants to do here. So if we're just looking at the Kayn pick, I think those two are very smart picks, and there's also a lot of comfort there, especially on the side of Backpack. We see the brand come through once again. They are sticking with that brand Jhin bot lane. They think that worked very well with them, and I would agree with them. You see the Rise hover. Dylan, last year in Fight Fire with Funk, before the rebrand, he was a very dominant Rise player here. So we are going to see the rebirth of Dylan's Rise here in this week 3 reschedule.
Like, that's a very good pick because heavy roaming midliners are really good right now. And also they have they can run everywhere in the map super quickly. They have a Graves now. Holy! First of all, I am a big fan of the Graves pick. I love Graves because of the insane amounts of damage he brings. He doesn't bring that much utility other than his smoke screen. But he's like just another marksman and just another ADC in case your actual ADC falls behind.
Yeah, and he has this capability. Like, Graves is always deceptively tanky with his passive ability here. So we do see the Xerath coming through for Frisian here. So the lineups are coming through. We see a lot of similarities from both games here. The Scion Horn kind of rematch from game 1. We see that Brand Jin that worked so well for Desolate Earth and Black Rose. Friction wanting to go back to that Kayn that he performed so well on. So it's kind of like a reset here, a hybrid of both games, and we will see how both teams react here. You know, I think it's going to be a lot on Friction once again. Is he going to be able to get his form change, and impact this map before, you know, he kind of falls behind? That's kind of like the time bomb of Kayn. Whereas Gaudier was kind of non-existent in the last game. He was so prevalent in game 1. We're going to have to see him definitely play an impact in this game 3 if they want to take the series.
Yeah, I think the difference was that, first of all, as I said, with the Kayn Nidalee matchup, Kayn just has a super fast clear compared to Nidalee. Her early clear is really weak, so that's why we didn't see a lot of Gaudier during the mid game because he couldn't snowball the early game. Now with the Graves, he's probably gonna go Dark Harvest again, which is gonna be interesting. And he should be able to literally one-shot 4 of their 5 members, including Kayn. So what he should be looking for is extra farm towards the early game, try to get into that mid game to late game, and then just literally pop them time and time again. What do you think their win conditions are, though?
I think something. I mean, it's going to be similar to is Friction and Frisian going to be able to snowball again and get this game rolling before Dylan can scale up? I think the Rise pick kind of is similar to the Cassiopeia pick, whereas it's a scaler. He wants to get his items and get things going, whereas the Talon, it was kind of different. He needed to get ahead early and kind of take over the game, and that just didn't happen. So I think it's a lot more of a comfort pick for Dylan, and we'll see how that plays out in this game 3.
Yeah, they picked a really Tristana being a hyper. Graves being a super bursty jungler in late game as well. If they lose early game really hard, they're not gonna win this game.
Yeah.
So it's really gonna be eyes on who can get through early game, who can win early game, realistically.
Yeah. Definitely. So it is going to be another matchup. Let's see how these teams get into the mid game. I am excited for this last match tonight. So we are going to hear from our sponsor one more time this evening. And when we come back, we will get into game 3 of Purple Cobras versus Schism Esports.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The GXPC motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa and check out GXPC and experience this geek gaming paradise.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are going into Game 3 of Purple Cobras versus Schism Esports. We've had a very exciting first 2 matches, and as everybody lines up and goes on to the Rift, we are going here, and here we go.
Question mark on Carmony being a little bit late into the game. And a little bit of poke going into Gaudier right there.
Yeah, Gaudier, he did his job. He figured out where everybody is. They are going to be able to spot out the 5-point from the side of Purple Cobras. So he's just going to be able to heal everything up and go into his jungle pretty much unscathed.
Yeah, not only that, but if the opportunity, like if it happened, he actually had enough time to back. If he took too much damage, his buffs wouldn't be up by the time he'd be walking into his jungle. So it's gonna be just a standard start again for both junglers. They're both gonna start bot side, I believe. Yeah.
Yep, standard start, so they are going to go and do it. So we have seen the first 2 games where Friction, he usually takes his buff, runs directly to the opposite side of the map, takes the Scuttle Crab, and then goes to his second buff. So let's see if that is what he decides to do in this 3rd game.
And also pretty interesting is that Gaudier didn't get a... Who unleashed this?
Yeah, so I think they're trying to hide where Gaudier started. Maybe they have kind of a sniff on where Friction has been doing these first 2 games, and they just want to hide Gaudier's start, I think.
And what that means is that since they don't know where Gaudier started, they should be like pretty worried, because even though Graves' normal clear is on red buff, they might be thinking, oh, they're trying to check us. They're trying to actually start blue side and then go into our red buff. So Ken is just gonna hurry up and like try to get as much pressure as he can topside before Goddard can actually get there.
Yeah, so you do see that crab picked up once again for Kane. You know, same game, or new game, different, same story here with his pathing there. So nice to see here. Other than that, nothing too crazy happening so far in this early game.
I also like backpack maxing or leveling up on Soraka, because normally in competitive scenarios, people prefer to max the W for the peel on the ADC, but he still maxes out, and it's really aggressive and it's amazing.
Yeah, and Backpack showed how strong he can be in this beginning, last game on it. I know it's Soraka, it's that kind of healing support, but paired with a hyper carry like Tristana, that's definitely gonna be beneficial. I think Harmony and Backpack have shown how, you know, they've been meshing well.
And like right now we can see how strong Sion really is, and all 3 games have been picked, and in all 3 games he has always had pressure in lane and the top side of this lane.
And we do see Friction getting that first gank off top. It does burn the flash from Maverick, so good job by Friction getting this early gank off and getting that pressure started topside.
And now that he has a flash, he can again he can go peek gank into top lane, because I believe that Tan is still gonna get pressure into this lane.
Friction is really low on mana here. Dylan's gonna bully him out a little bit here. He does have the teleport to come back to lane, so not too big of an issue, but we do see that power struggle in the mid lane's already starting.
Xerath is more reliant on skill shots and rises, so for him to actually get into this game, he needs to like hit skill shots, while Dylan can just farm with his E and just keep going forward after that. Once he hits 6, try to go for roams.
Yeah, for sure. We do see the early Drake once again for Schism, so a lot of parallels to these first couple matches here. They do try to collapse on him, but they don't seem to get there in time, so that's a Cloud Drake picked up from Schism.
Yeah, people sleep on the Cloud Drake so much. It's actually really good. The movement speed is very useful, especially in later games.
Oh my goodness, and Raptors end up picking up first blood and taking out Gaudier here. Oh man, Cinco Gazer going really low. We see how strong this Scion pick is in this top lane right now. I think Scion might be back.
Ooh. Yeah, definitely. I'm actually really sad we didn't get to see Kassadin, by the way, especially with the recent buffs he got.
Who was that? You cut out a little bit.
Oh, my bad. Talking about the Kassadin buffs, that I'm really sad that we didn't get to see him today.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure about Frisian, but I know Dylan refuses to play that champion. He does not like Kassadin for whatever reason.
He wasn't a Fnatic fan when XPK did the backdoor Kappa.
Oh yeah, the XPK backdoor. What a time.
Iconic League of Legends move.
For sure.
But yeah, Kassadin just got like hard buff. Unfortunately, we can't see Nunu because of the rules. Reminder that Nunu is disabled from the tournament until
next
1 week has
Wednesday,
passed.
correct?
Yeah, until next Wednesday.
So we don't get to see any snowballs rolled down mid. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that Aurelian Soul Cube, but in snowball form is standard poke in the mid lane, really.
I have been playing a lot of Nexus splits, and you see a Nunu in every game, and all he does is roll that snowball around and just plow into you with it, and just like half health you, knock you up, and stun you. So I can't wait to see Nunu in these league games. I think people will definitely want to bring him up here.
Especially next week, because the sooner they can get it, the better. Because I assure you that some people are not going to be very very active against Nunu, so they're gonna be confused on what he does, and more than likely, the team that picks him up is going to have a slight advantage, just like what happened with the Kali.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, the junglers that do get that early jump practice him a lot. They're gonna catch people off guard because with that Akali, like you mentioned, people just like really didn't know how to play against her at first. So someone who practiced him and playing against someone who hasn't seen him actually had a huge advantage there. Here we go with the wet noodle fight in the top lane once again. Just a little farming out here. We do see Gaudier going aggressive. Here comes the immediate TP from the Ore, and it is canceled by Maverick. Kane is moving down. Friction wants to fight here, misses the knock, the slow there. And that is a teleport down for the side of Purple Cobras, and the ult is the only thing burned from Scion there. Jin was forced to use both of his summoners and the flash from Desolate Earth. So we are definitely going to see some action in the spot lane once again with no summoners on those champions down there.
Yeah, and really weird to see a Soraka Tristana lane have as much pressure as it really has, especially since he's not going the Reckless build, which is basically going a bunch of attack speed, going the double dagger and berserker greaves to constantly push the lane, and then go for your damage item, and actually go for like a standard build, try to get as much damage as she can early, and then try to like snowball in mid late game.
Yeah, so we see a much calmer game in this game 3. I think both teams are just content with farming up and hitting their power spikes, and I think once this game starts rolling, it's just going to pop off. And I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen very soon now. I think there is some pressure from the side of Purple Cobras to try to get the ball rolling before this Tristana is just able to bully out this bot lane and take this tier 1 bot. That's really the only thing that is going on right now.
Okay, right now, before anything crazy happens, we're 10 minutes into this game, and there hasn't been a first other than, of course, the execute. Who do you think is going to get the first kill in this game?
First kill in this game, I think it's either going to be Friction or Cinco Gazer on Mav in the top lane. That's going to be my prediction. That or Dylan's going to get a solo kill on Frisian in the mid lane. Those are my 2 predictions.
I honestly think it's going to be either in the bot lane. Both bot lanes are like really strong. And
here's some action in the mid lane, and Friction is getting it. Gaudier goes aggressive. Friction's gonna stick onto him. First blood goes over to Frisian. Here comes Call the Forge God. Does miss Dylan. Dylan with a nice flash. Maverick is trying to find Friction in this jungle. He gets the slowdown. He's gonna be able to take that blast plant over. Maverick is turning back, but this is a 3v2. I don't know if this is the right call from the side of Maverick. Frisian is doing a great job of pumping him from the outside here. Maverick going low, and here comes that constant poke from the side of Frisian, and well, there you go. First blood going over to Frisian on Gaudier.
So, neither of us called that one right, so... GG, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, definitely a good fight coming from Schism, but unfortunately the rotations and just the lack of respect that Gaudier had for Friction's Kane. Honestly,
yeah, Friction did a really good job of sticking onto Gaudier with that ultimate, because Gaudier tried to dash away first and then ult away second, but they are going to continue their early game neutral objective control. They are going to pick up this Drake once again on the back of the pressure from this bot lane.
Of course. And that's going to be a mountain time around, and that is so good for them.
Yeah, it's a big Drake for them. So not only do they have that Cloud Drake that really synergizes well with what Ryze wants to do, kind of roaming in between the two side lanes, but the mountain is going to help this Tristana be that wrecking ball and start taking down turrets.
And not only that, but since Gaudier being the objective-focused jungler that he is, he's grabbing like that'll help him grab objectives faster. It'll help him clear his jungle faster. So it's really good for a jungler of his playstyle.
Man, I always wonder why Directive Camera likes to just chill in the top lane so long. Oh, Dylan is starting to do some damage. He has his last chapter finished and his tier, so he's starting to attack. Here comes the Unstoppable! Oh, the flash by Frisian potentially saves his life there, but good ult from Maverick to force that away from Frisian.
And another thing is that Rift Herald's up. They saw Kane on top side, but now they're gonna see him in bot side there.
Yeah, there's a pretty good ward sitting in that path. He might have been able to avoid that on the blue buff. However, in the top side, they do have the Scuttle Crab that is gonna spot out any action on that Rift Herald.
Yeah, so they're actually gonna they're gonna opt to not do it. They're gonna go for probably a play into mid lane. So Friction is actually pathing, but he is going to get spotted now.
Yeah, there's the pings going out here.
Okay, so both junglers, I believe they're gonna meet at top side. Both of their top side objectives are up. Kane's gonna start from Krugs and then go into red, and Graves is gonna go from his Krugs, go to his Raptors, and then to his blue buff. So,
and I'm just waiting to see some sort of coordinated play. We do see the two the two Drake calls on the side of Schism, but I'm waiting to see like a 2-3 man setup dive on the top side or the bot side. Maybe once Dylan gets some sort of lane presence, he'll look to do something like that. But until that happens, unless there's a mistake, I think we're just in a farm fest for a while.
I also think that at this point, Carmody should be looking for like really aggressive play, because they out-sustain them in short bursty trades because of the healing from the Soraka and the burst damage from Tristana. But very passive bot lane from both of them.
Yeah, I think that lends to the strengths of Tristana a little bit, because she is that hyper carry. Now, don't get me wrong, getting that farm onto that Jhin, he is going to be able to do a lot of damage. And here we might see that coordinated play I was kind of mentioning. 4 members of Purple Cobras are hovering in this bot lane, and Gaudier was up on the top side, but they are spotted on all wards. There really wasn't much happening there.
And now, they should be looking for a play. I think Gaudier is gonna look for a play bot side. He's probably gonna go for a lane gank, actually.
Yeah, he looks like he's going there. They are chasing down Gaudier in this mid lane. Dylan was forced to flash away there. We were too busy focused on the top fight once again, but Dylan burned Flash in that little chase there, so he is flashed down, and we will see if they try to punish that in the mid lane now. Here comes the call, the Forge God. It looks like Cinco Gazer was just trying to clear that wave out. A nice little farming call, the Forge God there.
And now we actually see he actually opted to go for an Iceborne. I don't really see Iceborne built on Scion.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot. Typically, they tend to go for like the Frozen Heart instead. But I guess they Mav. Here comes Gaudier is going on Friction. He does not land the ultimate there, so Frisian does live there. But typically, you see him opt for the Frozen Heart in the top lane, and I think they noticed that hitting the attack speed doesn't do too much here. So I think that might be why he decided to go into the Ice.
Or he should be looking for a Frozen Heart with the Tristana and with the Grapes.
Yeah, interestingly enough, he decides to go for the Righteous Glory first. I'm not a huge fan of rushing Righteous Glory. It just, especially on Ornn, because you're not really running into the fight with Righteous Glory. You're kind of engaging with the Call of the Forge God most of the time. So I don't know. Maybe that's just personal preference on my end, I guess.
Yeah, he's not really like Maverick isn't doing that much damage to him, especially not because because of the Frozen Heart. Did he go air? No, he went Glacial Augment too. So he's gonna be looking for like once he catches him for him not to be able to run away.
Right. Now we are seeing there's just not a lot of damage coming from either side.
Yeah.
All right, here
going
comes
to be a
Friction. There is a nice flash from Backpack to save him. Here comes the...
Oh, no.
Friction picks up the kill on Backpack, and finally we see one of those plays. A nice pickup for the side of Purple Cobras. They're up 2 kills to 0 now.
I mean, hey, there's your coordinated dive right there, Kappa.
Exactly, and they have their eyes set on this Mountain Drake. Carmony is doing a lot of damage, though. Black Rose... Carmony's going to pick up that kill. He's going to have reset too. And that forces Purple Cobras to get off that Drake there. So nice play on the individual side of Carmony there. Notice that Black Rose was by himself and is able to pick up the solo kill.
Yeah, as I was saying, he could have done
here
that.
Comes Call of the Forge God from the side of Cinco Gazer, but he's not doing enough damage. Ultimate coming through, and that is a solo kill for Maverick. Carmony has the attention on Desolate Earth. Nice flash by Carmony. Picks up another kill. Oh, and shutdown going down. Kane's going to be in there, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to go down once again, too. Double kill from Dylan, and huge play for the side of Schism Esports. They turn their attention to this Mountain Drake.
So, you're Purple Cobras right now, right? You got to be thinking, like, where did we go wrong? We basically got aced 20 minutes into the game, and not in a team fight, but everyone just lost, like, at the same time.
Yeah, it was just a complete meltdown across the map. You had the solo kill on Black Rose for Carmony, the solo kill on Maverick, and then that team fight. It was a great flash from Carmony to kind of keep himself alive, and man, that was like, again, it was kind of just a meltdown on the side of Purple Cobras.
As now Carmony has his gold. He got the Zeal. He's probably waiting to buy the Rapid Fire Cannon. Yeah, there it is. Got the Rapid Fire Cannon. So now he's going to be doing tons of damage, as Freak would say. And it's going to be not like, this is now going to be a very insane snowball coming from Carmony starting now.
Yeah, and that whole fight too, they also get the first turret blood over to the side of Schism. Here we see TPs match from both sides. Dylan coming through first. Here comes Cinco Gazer, gets the knockup onto Dylan. They're trying to change. Here comes Scion. Oh no, Carmony is going to do a lot of damage here. Here comes the ultimate from Mav. He has a snip onto Black Rose. He takes it down. Carmony is on a killing spree. Here he goes. He does not have the reset, so Cinco Gazer is going to be able to get out of there. But Carmony on a killing spree. Great plays from the side of Schism. Dylan picks up another kill. He's on a killing spree. Carmony's on a killing spree. Good job from Mav, too, moving down. And just like that, Schism's up almost 4K. Oh, here comes Friction. He sees Dylan as the target. No. Nice flash by Dylan. A lot of damage coming through. Call the Forge shot does get the knock-up. They have Maverick. They're trying to beat him up. Cinco Gazer's on to Dylan. Here comes Friction trying to do something. Frisian is getting some damage poke onto him. He kind of
can turn
back in. He's turning the fight here. Oh no, I don't know if Dylan but Gaudier's here now. He's gonna pump out damage too. We do have Gaudier. He is a bit overextended here. Friction sustaining quite a bit, but Dylan does a lot of damage. In the meantime, Carmony on a rampage, picking up another kill. The fight is continuing in the top lane. It is 3v1 now for Maverick, and that is going to be a dead Maverick. So a lot of action along the map, and that's a triple kill for
what a miss
Friction.
By Schism right there. So they were out, they were kiting it really well, and then they were like, you know what, we can do, like, we can go in again. And Dylan just goes in and completely like
Oh no.
messes
Harmony.
up.
Oh, I think he overstepped here. I don't know if he's going to
Oh,
survive.
wait, he is. Soraka OP, boys. That's why I banner and solo queue.
Yeah,
JK.
Soraka's huge here, and Carmony able to survive. That's 3 really low members of Purple Cobras, but Carmony might be a little bit too far up. Oh, nice silence. Frisian is so low.
Jesus.
Oh, it's just
Not
dodging,
gonna be
dodging,
able to-
dodging.
Yeah. That's literally what it's gonna be. They have so many skill shots on the side of Purple Cobras. If one really strong one hits any member of Schism, they're dead. Except for Maverick, of course. Maverick is the only exception. But yeah, looking really rough. Actually, no, it's pretty even, TBH. Even though Purple Cobras are behind 4K, they're not really like that behind. Like the only person that's really ahead is Carmony, really, and Dylan.
Yeah. But Dylan and Carmony are going to be able to pump out such a lot of damage, and if it's the similar problem as last game, if they're not able to blow up Backpack, and this, oh, nice flash from Backpack to survive, but they are going to blow him up, just as I mentioned.
Yeah.
They need to blow up Backpack, or he's going to keep everybody alive.
The commentator curse.
Yeah, exactly. And they have their eyes set on Maverick. He's doing a good job of kiting. Here comes the call of the Forge God.
No. They're gonna go for
whipped by
Gaudier now.
Cinco Gazer. Gaudier does a good job of getting over the wall. Friction once more. Blast Plant keeps him alive. He's just dodging those shots, though, from Frisian. And in the meantime, the 2 carries from Schism are just pushing down this mid turret. They got another tier 2. That's great.
So nice rotations coming in from Schism, and Purple Cobras honestly by popping Backpack on the Soraka did so much right there. That's a lot of healing that Schism lost, even though they got the mid tower. It was a pretty significant loss for them. Now, what Purple Cobras really need to do to get back in this game completely, just keep catching her out while she's out to ward. You see, Backpack Kid in all these 3 games has always been wandering by himself around the enemy jungles.
Yeah, I think it's really important here. Purple Cobras really needs to make sure they keep vision on this Baron, because with 2 Mountain Drakes and a Cloud Drake, Schism has the capabilities of doing that very quickly. We do see the Drake spawning in about 6 seconds. It's going to be an Infernal Drake, so this is going to be a very highly contested objective, and we will probably see a fight come out here. We see the kind of initials here. The poking out, they're just waiting for Jin and Kane to get into a spot where they can fight this. But Schism has the inside track, and they're starting Drake now.
But in reality, Purple Cobras cannot really take this fight. They have top lane pushing into them.
They are going to take the fight, though. Call of the Forge God comes through. He is on to Backpack. You have Black Rose taking out Backpack there by a nice ult from Frisian, but Dylan's still alive. Good job from Friction to stick on to Carmony. Dylan is pumping out. Oh my gosh, that is so much damage. Kane has his eyes set on Gaudier next. Friction going low. Here comes the knockup from Mav, getting the shutdown gold. Dylan's still alive. Does he have his ultimate up? It is now up. Let's see if he wants to continue this fight. Friction is coming up pretty far into lane, but Dylan opts to split into this bot lane and keep the pressure on the map instead.
Well played right there by Purple Cobras, getting exactly who they want. Fortunately, they did lose a lot in the end. Via Gaudier just putting out so much damage, and Dylan too.
Yeah, we're kind of right back to where we were in game 1, where, okay guys, we got Backpack, we got Harmony, and that still wasn't enough to really win the fight. They end up getting the Drake, and Dylan picks up a couple big kills too. Dylan is huge, Harmony is huge. It's going to be interesting to see if Purple Cobras are going to have enough in these fights to take all those members down.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, what do you think they're gonna do now? They're probably gonna set up for Baron, or set up pressure top lane to contest Baron.
Yeah, for sure. They already have the pressure in the bot side of the map. If they keep vision of this Baron, they want to push the top side and really get things going there. With 2 Mountain Drakes, an Infernal Drake, and a Cloud Drake, that's definitely what they have to have their eyes set on.
Yeah, God, they're demonstrating like, okay, you may have like you may have killed me a couple times, you may have killed my team a couple times, but I am still the objective king. I have 4 dragons under my belt and more than likely a Baron coming up. So,
and we've seen that trend in all 3 of these games. Schism's done such a great job of controlling the Drake. Besides game 2, we do see a fight breaking out. Call the Force God goes backpack, gets caught out. Gaudier picks off the brand though. Cinco Gazer turns his attention onto Gaudier. They are trying to get Dylan knocked down. He's kind of in a bad spot. Flashes over the wall to keep himself safe. We do have Maverick in the bot lane. He is pushing his turret. So that's a nice pick from the side of Purple Cobras, but the return kill, both supports going down, and they are forced to burn their teleport to the bot lane, so Maverick now has TP advantage.
Mm-hmm. And, oh, but wait, Harmony gets out.
Yeah, not enough damage to knock Harmony, but Friction isn't done yet. Chasing, nice buster shot to bust him over the wall. Here comes Scion. He runs into the wall. Friction going really low. The ultimate's going to keep him alive. He is able to get back over the wall. Gaudier up in Jin's face. Are they able to bust down this wall that is Ornn and Kayn? It doesn't look like that's the case. They're just going to kind of reset here and wait for their team to kind of come back together. Bot lane's pushing. Top lane's pushing in towards Schism, though. So they are going to have to send somebody to deal with that top lane pressure.
Mm-hmm. And now, like, if you're Schism, what do? You start to lose your support constantly because she roams around alone, and after that, they just try picking you one by one with the Kayn.
Yeah, they still have control of this game, but they don't want to give up this Baron vision.
Mm-hmm. As a lot of poke coming out right there. This brand is honestly like such a good pick into this comp, especially if he. Cause that's gonna be the burn, the grievous wounds to actually cancel out a little bit of Soraka's healing.
Yeah, and that percent health damage does a lot too when you have like a tanky member like Scion. Brand's able to do quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
Oh no, backpack! Face checks a push. He's gonna go really low. The ult's gonna keep him along for a little bit, but he does go down. And we do see some mispositioning from backpack once again. Call the Forge God comes out, knocking a few members up. The curtain call is not able to hit any real like members that are a threat for the side of Schism, but is a 5v4 now. Mav going really low, is able to flash out with his life. Flash followed up by Frisian. Dylan pumping out a bunch of damage. Carmony's still full life. There's Dylan, he gets the kill. Here comes Carmony, he's going into Friction. Good flash by Friction to stay alive, but he's split off from his team. They're gonna look to chase him down here. Carmony, one more auto will do it. The knockup keeps him alive a little bit longer. Is he gonna be able to survive? When is that rocket jump gonna be able to go through? I don't know if Friction is able to get out of this though. Soraka coming through. He's in between a rock and a hard place. The silence goes down, and Friction goes down to Maverick there. So he does put him on a bit of a chase, but in the end, that's another kill picked up for the side of Schism. But they really need Backpack to watch his positioning. That's 3 times in a row now that he's been caught out before the fight. But with the jungler of Purple Cobras down, as well as Cinco Gazer, they turn their attention on this Baron. They're going to melt this Baron. Let's see if there's some hero work from the side of Frisian here. He is not able to pick that up, and that is Baron going over to Schism.
So I think, honestly, this is... this is going to sound a little bit mean, but this is going to be either Backpack or Black Rose's game to lose.
Yeah, I agree.
Both of them are getting caught out constantly, But with every single time they lose one of the two, it's very detrimental for their team.
They do have this turn on the 5th Drake of the game. It is another Drake. Here comes the ult from that. Gaudier blows up Desolate Earth. We do have Frisian on the outside trying to take out Backpack. He isn't able to go down. Carmony turns his attention onto him, does pick up the kill, and that's going to be another Infernal Drake for Schism. Friction tries to steal, not able to do so. Goes on to Gaudier with his ultimate. He's in a bad spot. He's not going to be able to get out here. It looks like Friction is going to go down. In the meantime, Dylan blows up Black Rose. That is an ace for Schism, and they are looking to break this base wide open.
Rest in peace.
Wow, I was incorrect there. Friction was able to get that Infernal Drake, but I think it might just be a little too late.
Yeah, they have Baron Empowered Minions. This game is right here.
Yeah, they're going to go and just push down this mid lane here, and that is going to be Game 3 and the series going over to Schism Esports. Oh no, one more fight we see. Cinco Gazer whiffs the call of the Forge God one more time. Gaudier ults into the fountain in true Gaudier fashion, and they are going to put the last couple hits on the Nexus. Game 3 and the series goes to Schism Esports. GG, well played, and what a series it was.
Indeed, very well played by every single one in this game. Both Purple Cobras and Schism played their heart out in an exciting 3-game series. And now, who do you think got MVP? Because I personally have my MVP picked, which is Carmony, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think Carmony did an excellent job in that fight there. I do. So, as far as the interview go, I kind of want to bring in Dylan, but I don't know. Who do you want to interview?
Personally, I think I want to interview Chris. Both of the, honestly, both of the games that were won, he was very important to the success of Schism. So I think he deserves the interview.
Okay.
In my opinion. Then, yeah, let's go for Dylan.
Alright, we'll bring in Dylan there. Oh, alright. Yeah, it looks like Carmi was muted. So we are joined here by the mid laner for Schism Esports. Dylan, how does it feel to come back after that game 2 and really dominate game 3 and pick up the series?
All I know is I'm really gonna have to make a new talent guide.
Send me the MobaFire link, brother.
Yeah, the MobaFire. Yeah.
We were pretty confident after we had gotten a couple of dragons in game 2, so we were pretty and we just wanted to scale anyway. We have Rise, Tristana, who are 2 really good scaling champs, and we had 4. We ended the game with 4 dragons, and so we thought scaling was fine in that game. Frisian's actually insane. I think his laning is probably the best in the league. I don't know. He shit on me game 1 and game 2 in laning.
Yeah, he really played well. I mean, he did a great job in that game 2 to really do it, and he gave you a run for money in game 3 as well. But once you were able to scale, you kind of just took over these fights. So who? I mean, we obviously noticed a big difference. Who really took over and shot called in these last few games?
Oh, Backpack, dude. Backpack's amazing as shot. I never knew that. Dude, he's insane.
Is he the one who called those early Drakes? Because all 3 games, you guys just pushed the lane and got those first Drake every game. It was kind of nutty.
Yeah. So Gaudier never takes dragons or Rift. Is something I've noticed just playing with him the last couple of months, and so it definitely wasn't him who decided to take the dragons. Yeah, it was a Backpack. Good shot caller for sure.
That's awesome, man. Well, we did see you and Gaudier come back here. So you guys did take on Purple Cobras. They're a tough team to beat here. Especially after that game 2. Take me through what happened after game 2 that really gets you guys to reset your mental and come in and finish the series strong.
Nothing. We knew game 2. I kind of just got shafted in lane, which kind of ruined our plan for the game. which was shove roam, obviously, because I'm playing Talon. And I took some really bad trades level 2 and got to half health, and took another bad trade level 3, and I couldn't, and I didn't have time to reset because I kept getting constant shoved into me. And so our gameplay in game 2 fell apart. And then, yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Well, great series. It was good to see you guys be able to pull ahead here. Let's see. Animosity, do you have any other questions for Dylan?
What were your guys' thoughts on picks and bans, like, on the last game?
I don't know. The last game, at least, for the Tristana, Soraka, they're both just 2 comfort champs for our players, for our bot lane. I don't know what we were thinking in jungle, to be honest. And I had a feeling if we left a tank top and Kayn jungle, they'd potentially take it again, which I think we were okay with.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I got a comfort pick. Yeah, we just got a bunch of comfort picks, actually.
Nice. So, I don't have any more questions. Evolve, do you have any more?
That is it from me. Dylan, is there anything else you'd like to say or shout out before we end the stream for the evening?
Thanks for the carry, Carmini.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us, Dylan, and great job. Congratulations on a series victory. I would like to take the time to thank all of our viewers today. I think we peaked at almost 36 viewers, which is just amazing. Thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting the stream. It's really awesome to see what we have going on here. If you guys haven't yet, you can follow and subscribe. We do have the subscribe button, so go ahead and take a look into that. But this has been Evolve. I've been joined by Animosity. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and have a great night. We'll see you next time.
See you.